Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. Here in the United States, you might be surprised that we have no laws that require the labeling of foods that have GMOs in them, genetically modified organisms. To contrast that, around the world, 64 countries have such requirements. Countries like, say, all of Europe, Australia, and even countries you wouldn't think that are so pro-information, like, say, Russia, China, and Saudi Arabia even. But here, nothing. Just to give a brief history, in 2014, Vermont became the first state to pass a law requiring foods that contain GMOs to be labeled as such. Very reasonable, huh? Well, since then, Monsanto has been up in arms and have crafted a bill. They've pushed it through the House of Representatives, which just passed it a few days ago, which bans any state from labeling foods that have GMOs in it, like Vermont did, and any other state that would want to. And furthermore, pretty much eliminates the FDA's ability to have any kind of GMO labeling system. Well, fortunately, this still has to get through the Senate, so we'll see how that turns out. Let's have a look at some of the evil little secrets behind this bill. Its true name, ironically, guys, is, I'm not making this up, the Safe and Accurate Food Labeling Act. Come on, talk about a George Orwell 1984 nightmare come to life. In fact, what really happens is the opposite of its name. It prevents you from accurately knowing what's inside your food. It prevents states from labeling that there are GMOs in this food. What a effing joke. Polls clearly show that 9 out of 10 of Americans actually they do prefer to have GMO foods labeled as such. So how did the minority win out here? Well, the minority happens to be super well funded. We're talking about Monsanto and the Grocery Manufacturers Association. In fact, the GMA, as Dr. Mercola said, has recently, in his mind, overtaken Monsanto as the #1 most evil corporation on the planet. Their #1 job is to keep as many people as possible completely uninformed about GMO foods. Why? Because they represent all those foods in the grocery stores, all those processed foods that contain GMOs in them, and they know GMOs aren't that popular. And also, I should mention that Bill Gates owns roughly 500,000 shares of Monsanto stock too. This shows what a complete joke Monsanto is, and they know it. Yeah, they have their party lines saying how they're doing all this great stuff, feeding a hungry world with their awesome GMO technology. Well, Monsanto, if you were so proud of your wonderful technology, why don't you label your foods, all your products, GMO? It should be a bonus. It should make people rush out and prefer to buy your product over one that's not GMO, an inferior, non-technological product. Why would you hide the fact if you thought your product was so awesome? Well, you know why. That's why 64 countries require GMO labeling. Because this is a fact. People, if given the choice, prefer to not eat GMO foods. And you guys know that. So that's why you guys fight tooth and nail to crush any GMO labeling laws in the United States of America. I'm very well aware that many Americans are blissfully happy just eating anything. They'll eat any crap, any junk food that comes their way and not think or care for a second. Well, that's why there's some of us that do care. Vegans and others who actually have thoughtful, mindful ideas about what they want and don't want put into their bodies. And GMOs are an offense to that in all fronts. First of all, some of us are just philosophically against the idea of manipulating what nature has crafted over the years, combining genes from one species into another species to make a genetically modified food. Secondly, a lot of times when you combine genes like this, you're not taking one plant material and combining it with another plant material. You're taking genes from a non-plant organism, animal, insect, bacteria, what have you, which vegans are patently not up for. Secondly, GMO laws require that here in the United States that GMO foods do get tested on animals, so that's inherently not vegan as well. So post your questions and comments down below, guys. Should people have the right to know what's in the food that they're buying? To me, it seems like such a basic, no-brainer, fundamental right to have. How can Bill Gates and Monsanto and the GMA just override that and say, hey, what matters more than that is that we keep on making money and they keep buying the crap that we're making? So let me know what you think down below, guys. Post up. And if you're new to our channel, hit the subscribe button up here or down there, and hit like if you got something out of this video. I promise I'm going to do a follow-up to this video once this bill moves into the Senate and they vote on it. Let's hope it doesn't pass. So until then, guys, keep it calm, keep it chill, and keep it carb, baby.
So if the whole world should end today, that's alright with me. Got all I need here with me. Got all I need here with me. Got all I need. Got all I need.
And a big grateful shout out to our newest supporters on patreon.com. You really help keep Happy Healthy Vegan going. Meg, Steve, Sherry, Jeff, Beth, and Camilla. And if you'd like to be one of our supporters too, head over. I'll put the link down there to patreon.com. I'll also put it up in a card up there too. Just click over and check it out.